So we are going to do another combined cash and credit journals. And I'm just going to remove this part because I'm now using a paper that we used last year, end of year. So there might be some transactions within these journals that are not relevant to you, but I will tell you once we get there. So the information relates to Mondi traders, and we sell paper to customers for both cash and then on credit as well. And we use a markup of 80% on cost. Do not calculate the totals at month end, meaning once you are done with all of your transactions within your journals, please don't total your columns. Right. So transactions on the 1st of, and we are doing this for, it doesn't say. Okay, but maybe it says in the answer book. Let's quickly check. When are we doing this for? We are doing this for October 2024. Right. So it says that received 10,000 Rand for cash sales for the day. And then we also received 8,000 Rand by means of a direct deposit on the 1st. So starting with the first one here, because remember, we now have one cash transaction at the business premises. So one that has to go to analysis of receipts, and then only are we going to deposit this into our bank account. Whereas the second one is directly into our bank account, so it's going to reflect on the bank statement by itself. Therefore, we will not add the two amounts in bank. But first things first, we had a cash sale for the day. So document CRR, because cash sales we receive in our cash register. Details, sales. The amount that we received 10,000 at our business premises. We then deposited that amount into our bank account. The reason why we received this amount is because of new sales. We know that we cannot have sales without cost of sales, so we enter the cost of sales amount, the cost price, into the cost of sales column. And that is it. Next up, on the same day, we received a direct deposit from a debtor who settled her account. So direct deposit, so we saw that on our bank statement. Still on the 1st, we know exactly who we received it from, so the name goes into the details. This is the first debtor that I'm working with, so D1 for debtor 1. It was deposited directly into bank, so it goes directly to bank, skipping analysis. This was a debtor who settled her account. Therefore, it's going to decrease my debtors control balance. Then on the 7th, sold goods with a cost price and issued an invoice. So it doesn't say that we received payment. So that means that we are in the DJ. And that is then invoice number 7. Oh, golly gosh. Let me just quickly. There we go. Invoice 722 on the 7th. We know exactly who we issued this invoice to, so his name goes into the details. This is now the second debtor that I'm working with. They said it's goods with a cost price, so they gave me the cost of sales, which means that I still need to go and calculate by how much my sales increase and how much this debtor now owes me. And remember, right at the beginning of the question, we read that we're using a profit markup of 80% on cost. So to get the selling price, it's times 100 plus markup divided by 100 because we are working with the cost. So 21,600. Just a reminder again, your sales cannot be less than your cost of sales. Then on the 9th, we paid the water and electricity using an EFT. So we made a payment, therefore we are in the CPJ. We used EFT slip number 80, so that's our source document. This happened on the 8th. We know who we paid, so that goes into details. Cape Town. The amount that we paid them was 900 Rand, so that's now going to decrease my bank. And this was for water and electricity. So not for trading stock. You wouldn't be able to do the creditors control yet. That's only next term. So sundry accounts. And the reason is we paid our water and electricity. Remember, you're only allowed to have the account name there. You may not include any other words, then you will not get your mark. For instance, you can't now say water and electricity expense or paid water and electricity. You are not allowed to do that. It's only the account name. Right. Then on the 10th, you received a direct deposit for goods sold. So you received money, therefore we're on the CRJ. You received this via direct deposit, so B/S. This happened on the 10th. Your bank statement will show this person's name, so that goes into details. It was a direct deposit that you received, therefore it goes directly to bank. And this was for goods sold. So in other words, a sales transaction. You know that you cannot have sales without cost of sales. So you take your selling price, was it 880 or just 800? 880. So take the selling price, you want cost. Cost is always 100. You are working with the selling price. So 6,600 is your cost of sales. Okay, right. And then on the same day still, you paid the weekly wages, cash. So you go to your CPJ. This is now your first cash transaction. So it's transaction number 1. This happened on the 10th. And whenever we pay our wages, we say that details will be cash. The amount that we are paying is 3,000 Rand. So that goes into bank. And then we say why we paid it. This was for wages, and we don't have a column for wages. Therefore, we go to sundry accounts and we indicate that this is wages. Remember, we only use sundry accounts if we don't have a column to analyze the transaction, to record it in the specific account column. Right, then on the 12th, purchased the following and received an invoice. So I'm just going to change this and I'm going to say and paid via EFT, because this was the creditor's transaction, but you aren't doing that yet. So purchase the following and paid via EFT. So you purchase, first of all, and paid via EFT. So document number is EFT, following on the previous EFT number. Yes, 81 was right. This happened on the 12th. You know exactly who you purchased this from and who you made payment to, so their name goes into your details. Then you purchase stationery for the office. You don't have a column for stationery, so you go to sundry and you indicate that this is stationery. And then also 12 boxes, definitely not boxed, 12 boxes of paper at 2,400 Rand. So that is your trading stock, because remember, right at the beginning of the question, it said that you sell paper. Okay, so that unless they tell you that this is for office use, like they did with stationery, then it is your trading stock. Also, it's 2,400 for everything, not 12 times 2,400, because they would have told you it's 2,400 each or 2,400 per box if they wanted you to calculate another amount there. So in total, you paid using this EFT 3,000 Rand. So that's just a quick and easy combined cash and credit journals.